We have 100% proof that the Minnesota government is covering up for the Somali fraud scandal. This from today. Again, 100% proof. Tiki Brown, the Department of Children Commissioner, claims that the Quality Learing Center closed down last week. And then we can see that today, what did they post? They were fronting again and coming out and saying, we're just a normal business. Nick came an hour before we're even open. We were open all the time. But then the Department of Children Commissioner says that they closed down a week ago. What's going on here?
Is there fraud going on here? No, it's a video.
So this is out front of the Quality Learing Center. And again, is that it? What a great place to bring your kid, right?
I just want to know, what's your response? Huh?
Get the out of here.
What's your response to the allegations? Is there fraud going on here? And is there children? That's all.
Don't harass me for the here.
We are aware of a video that's being circulated that has gained local and national attention about child care centers in Minnesota. While we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video, we do take the concerns that the video raises about fraud.
Just asking people, going to their door and asking them. Yeah, what a terrible way to do that.
Very seriously. Each of the facilities mentioned in the video has been visited at least once in the last 6 months as part of our typical licensing process. And in fact, our staff are out in the community today to visit each of these sites again so that we can look into the concerns that were raised in the video.
She'll get to it here.
So I won't go into any detail about whether or not any of these have any open investigations. I will share that our team was notified that Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago. And I believe the details that were given at that time were around space concerns. And that's what was shared. The previous one I mentioned that had been.
So, I mean, what if our tax dollars aren't going to Somali fraud businesses scamming us? They're going to people like the Department of Children Commissioner, who says that this facility closed down a week ago. And then what did we see today? They're out here fronting like they're a normal business, busing in kids.
That our team was.
We're just normal. You can see the kids on the right, vans dropping off kids. 100%. This is the government of Minnesota doing damage control, pretending like they're going to these, especially this one because it drew so much attention because they can't even spell the name right. Bringing kids here, now acting like it's a real business. Well, somebody forgot to let Tiki Brown know that because she's out here saying they closed down a week ago. And worth noting, when you actually look at Quality Learing Center, they had, what's it say here? They had something insane, like 95 different complaints against them for what was going on, including one of them, a failed to clean facilities and failed to report a death, serious injury, fiery, or emergency as required. Tax dollars, over $8 million going to the specific facility. They did come out and as you can see here on the video on the right, on the left, this one here, now they changed the sign. So they closed down a week ago, supposedly. Well, no, they're still open. And now they decided to change their sign. And what a professional job in just less than, just a few days. Tim Waltz is out there paying people for real to go fix up all these businesses. But funny enough, right? They can't even spell the street name right. People have found out. Look here, the Quality Learing Center can't even spell their address correctly. It's supposed to be Nicolette, and they just have one L in one T in the, or well, it's one T but one L in the title right below their door. Insanity.
Childcare centers in Minneapolis, and the independent journalist who published that video, which now has over 100 million views, tells Fox News the scam is extensive.
I've known about the fraud taking place for a long time. Minnesotans have been telling me for a long time about the Somali fraud that is taking place. And that's just the tip. When people say it's the tip of the iceberg, it really is, because there's billions of fraud inside the state of Minnesota right now.
Billions. Yeah, billions and billions. Let's take a listen to this too.
First, the reason why you don't see any kids there on a midday is because they're permanently closed. Which makes me wonder, why didn't you show nobody what it said on that door? And I tried to read it, but you literally blurred it out. Now,
so here's a guy who is thinking that because people are just upset that illegal Somali immigrants who don't want anything but to scam our country are here destroying America, thinks making it a race thing, trying to do damage control because he thinks it's a race thing. Obviously, it's not. Most Americans agree with the same colored man right there on the right who just wants truth, justice in America. So he's out here doing damage control. And what did he say? It's closed down. You can find online the information for Quality Learing Center. They're closed down. But here we have them pretending today that they're open, or not pretending, saying they are, busing in kids. Parents are there. Oh, they're here all of a sudden. Insane. The government is paying for that. They're paying for them. They're busing kids in. They made some calls to Somalis they knew. Go here today and act like you're there. That's insane. Let's take a listen here.
So that was the old good journalism. By the way, Fox Digital reached out to that learning center to try and, get a statement from them. And apparently the number doesn't even work. So we did not get a response there.
Well, and we're talking too, some of these different places where you visited and collectively have received millions and millions in state funds. And, I watched the 42 minutes and good for Nick, Shirley. And he also was accompanied, I'm forgetting the gentleman's name who was with him, who's done so much research in this as well. The man you can see right there with the papers, who's done just as a citizen, a concerned citizen, flagging this, realizing that there's big issues. So it kind of raises a question too.
And then that American citizen on the left there, that lady acting like, you leave, they're ICE, they're here. People don't care. $9 billion going to illegal companies. People just do not care about, some people just do not understand anything. So this was the guy, again, came out today and said, they're a regular business. They're open. Even though officially it says online that they closed over a week ago, and all these people doing damage control, they've been closed. Nick didn't know that. He didn't check that out. Oh, well, actually they're open. Oh, we're fixing our little learning thing. Oh, we don't know how to spell the street name either.
That was making the claims?
Crazy, man.
You were here earlier today. I came here at 1 o'clock. You were here. Where are you now? You claim we're closed. You claim we're on Friday. Where are you? Why are you not here right now? It's like...
This is the owner's son. Owner's son saying, we're here. We're open. You came at the hours when we're just not open. When literally the commissioner and official reports online, don't forget that. The official reports online are saying the same thing too. They have been closed down for a week. So it's just insane that we're seeing literally the Minnesota government covering up, busing kids, going and fixing the sign, doing all this stuff, 100% trying to cover up the fact that there is billions of dollars in fraud, and they're just trying to cover for it now because they're literally pandering to people of other countries to try to get their votes so they can be in positions of power, whether they realize it or not, because they think they'll come in with an even better system. They're purposely destroying America on 100% purpose. And either they're so completely blind they don't see that, or they think that when everything burns down, they'll come back in with more control and a different system, and they think they'll still be in control, when in reality, when the Antichrist gets in control, like the Bible says, they'll all learn that, if you don't submit 100%, you and your family will face the consequences. This is the system of the world that they're ultimately setting up, the Antichrist system. So here we see services, the Minnesota's Department of Human Services between 2019 and 2023, going to the Quality Learing Center, 195 different violations, and they still received over $8 million in taxpayer funding. And you can't even go one day over registering your car, or one day over missing something at the DMV or paying something else back. But this is what's going on. The double standard is absolutely insane.
I started by visiting Quality Learning Center Daycare.
So it is that 14B.
Which sits right in the heart of downtown Minneapolis. Between 2019 and 2023, the Minnesota Department of Human Services found 95 violations at this location. They range from failure to keep hazardous items away from children to no records for 16 children, which include things like immunizations, emergency contacts, and medical needs. So state investigators placed Quality Learning Center on a conditional license in 2022. I went to the daycare's location several times, and only once did I see people there.
Oh, that's your daycare.
But I did not see any children.
So there are 80 kids in there?
No.
After school? Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you.
DHS declined an interview, but in a statement acknowledged Quality Learning Center was put on a conditional license because of its poor safety record. But it still received nearly $8 million in taxpayers' money since 2019. Its conditional status removed in 2024.
So that's the state of all this. And that now that we're seeing, I mean, they're changing the sign. They're walking out in front. It was official that they were closed down. If they weren't closed down after what we just heard, they should have been. And so then not only that, the Department of Children, the Department of Children Commissioner is saying that the buildings that they're closed down. Then they're out here walking around. Oh, hey, Nick just didn't come here on time. Bussing in the kids, changing the sign. Someone needs to tell them to fix a street name too. Massive corruption in the government in Minnesota is covering up for it. And I really hope the Trump administration, the FBI, the Department of Justice, and everybody in America will actually step up finally, make some arrests, make some deportations, because we have to be protecting our nation from people who are trying to destroy it.